Hello.
Hello, Cliche.
How are you this evening?
I'm fine. I'm sitting here in church. And, you know, you came over, drove all the way in from Tampa today. And at the time you came, you said, I came to see you, and I told you I had an appointment and I was leaving.
Yes, sir.
But before you left, you started sharing and talking about opportunities that you had. And you told your students you had opportunities to go where? Can you kind of recap that story for me?
Yes, I stopped by. I wanted to see you, and I was thanking you for the opportunities that the West Coast Center and you and Mrs. Porter had afforded me. And I was telling my kids that I had gone to Africa, and they were so shocked. And I said, sometimes, Bishop Porter, we've had opportunities that we've forgotten about. I said, Bishop Porter, you took me to the Pentagon, and you looked. I said, yes, I remember that.
And I told you,
I
I told you I didn't remember some of the things. So what did you tell me?
Yes, you said, really, you looked? I said, I didn't remember that. And I said, yes, because that's Mrs. Gregory had invited the Love Campaign to sing. And I said, what makes it so memorable is that I remember Ithiel Clark was the baby on the trip. And you told me, go get the stroller. And you went to the mothers, you said, I want to spend some time with my grandchildren. And I was the oldest youth there, and you got the stroller. You said, I want to push the stroller. Ithiel was in the stroller. And it was Leon Pitts II, Yada, Jonathan, Leon, Yada, Jonathan, and Ithiel was in the stroller. And I said, you told the parents you didn't want them to come. You wanted to spend time with your grandchildren, and you wanted to push the stroller. And we walked down the fairway. And as we were going, there was a pastry shop, and you stopped and you brought Leon, Yada, and Jonathan anything they wanted. You said, what would you like, children? And you got everything that they pointed out. And you said, I don't remember that. I said, I remember that so clearly because you were very adamant about you only wanted to be with the children. And when I had the stroller, you said, no, I want to push the stroller. And Ithiel was the baby in the stroller.
Wow. And this is what you told me this afternoon.
When I came by and you were working in the sanctuary.
And I left, and I came back, and I came in church, and then God had us singing, let Jesus work a miracle for you, and that Jesus is Lord. And the wonderful Margaret Clark walked in this service. Yeah, she walked in church. That's why I looked back there and I said, oh, I got to tell you what God is doing.
What you don't know is she just got through asking before we came about Clesha. Specifically about her today.
And Clesha came straight in here talking about you and Ithiel.
I just asked her about Clesha.
You just asked her about Clesha today.
I said, where's Clesha? And she said, I think she lives in Tampa. I said, how's she doing? She said, I think she's doing fine. I said, she just came across my mind.
Oh.
And so when this was happening, and that's why I sat there and I said, more is going on. And that's why I wouldn't let you talk. Because I said, I got to call Clesha. I thought she was here. And I said, you're running late. Rush to meeting. Rush to the meeting. She says, I'm in Tampa. I said, I will be calling you in a few minutes. I just texted on the phone and said, I'll call you in a few minutes. When I said, Dr. Hendon is preaching now and bringing a message. And then Danielle wanted to tell her, because you were the witness.
Yeah, Danielle was in there.
Right, and that's when God had told us in the noon service that sometimes you miss that the mother's name was Roberta and that the grandmother's name was Elsie. And that God will call you by name, not her, not female, not auntie, not mama, but will call you by name. And that's what God did when he called you by name today. And you walk in this church service tonight. Now my heart was just, That's why I just looked back and I said, oh, you all don't know what's going on. And Danielle, we were privy to this, to see this opportunity. Isn't it something? That God then says to us, cry out to the Lord. No matter what has been happening, God said just cry out to the Lord, because the Lord is going to deliver from death, and the Lord is going to help you that you can live. All these other things. That's why I said I want to hear what God had to say. And then the first thing he does is put on a film. So I couldn't have said, while I was preparing for this, will let Jesus work a miracle. And he said, I was ready when you said, start singing the song. I was ready to come up then because he knew what he had prepared. Miriam knows I don't know anything about that. I didn't know that film was going to come up. And what was it telling us? That no matter what you are in trying times, and you war your own front lines. You are in trouble. It seems you can't recover. In the face of opposition, you can't change your situation. You've done all that you could do. But that woman took the right action, and she did what the man of God said. She got as many pots as she could and filled them. Oh, somebody. Clesha, you still here?
Yes, sir.
I tell you, this is so exciting, which means you're in the middle of something. Anything happens like that, it means it's impending. The thing is right up on us. And I just got so happy. You kept saying, and this happened, and we said we didn't have so-and-so, and we didn't have this. And you said, but God was about this thing. Like,